Assalamu alaikum everyone, and today I'm going to talk about on the do's of CV writing. On our previous videos, we discussed about how to write powerful personal statements, how to customize your CV according to the job, how to avoid using cliches, and today we're going to discuss another important point that how to use action verbs. So, most of you must be familiar with action verbs, and if you are not, so you have to revise your basics of grammar because you can't skip it no matter at what stage of career you are. So, coming to the next slide, you have a look at the picture. Can you recall that character from Star movies? Yeah, it's Yuda. And Yuda is someone who is famous for his wise statements and powerful statements. So, he- whenever you will go through Yuda phases or statements, you find them very catchy or very attention grabbing, but you can't use them in CV. But if you analyze the structure of those phrases or sentences or quotations, you may realize that all of them are written in passive voice. What is passive voice? Where the object comes before the verb in a sentence. But our goal is basically to convert those passive voice into active voice. And what is active voice is basically placing the object after the verb. So, one of the challenge that people come across that how they can identify that they are using passive voice or active voice, especially those who are struggling with the grammar initially. So one of the simple tests to do that is that look for helping verbs, especially forms of verb to be. What are helping verbs? Basically, these verbs are used to express the tone or mood of main verbs. So if you look at the example, 40% of receivables were recovered of our business unit over 2 years. So here we can emphasize on the word were that is used as a helping verb before the verb, main verb, and simply it indicates that the sentence is structured in passive voice. But if you move to the other sentence, my team recovered 40% of receivables over 2 years. So here you can see the structure of sentence that it's written in active voice and there's no sign of helping or auxiliary verb over there. Another simple test that you can do to identify if you're using the passive voice or not is that all you have to do is that insert the phrase by you after the verb and and then check whether the sentence makes sense grammatically. If yes, it indicates passive voice. Let's take an example that we discussed previously. 20% of receivables were recovered by you. And it makes perfect sense. So it indicates that we are using passive voice over here. So this way you can highlight that where you're using passive voice and where you're using active voice so that you can convert those passive voice into active voice. Another powerful strategy to add more action words is that simply whenever you have construct a sentence to add to make a part of your CV, ask three questions. Can anyone perform this function? Is this the standard run-of-the-mill description? And did any results come from this action? If the if your answer to two of the first questions is yes, and if your answer to the third question is no, then it simply indicates that you emphasize on what you can do or what you are doing rather than what you have achieved. So, as a recruiter, our job is to make sure that you have achieved something in your career or the results that you're going to generate when you come to the job. So if you link it to your past achievements, and if you actually use such words where you are basically telling them that what you are capable of doing in terms of contributing to the revenue or to the outcome or to the results, then it will increase your chances to be selected in a way that your CV find more catchy to the person who is going through it. And especially uh, even at the stage of shortlisting, people are not going through your CV in that much detail. But whenever we are calling the individual for an interview, so these, whatever you have written in the CV, will definitely become a part of the questions that are going to be asked in the interview. So make sure that you write things that make sense. Most of the people write it for the sake of writing it. So this is all from my end. I will share another video on the other points as well. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.